They had the largest country on Earth, the biggest army in the world, and enough nuclear weapons to destroy humanity. So how did a superpower collapse without a single foreign invasion? We'll break down the 7 shocking reasons the Soviet Union collapsed, from economic failure and political corruption to Chernobyl, nationalism, and one final Christmas Day resignation. The Soviet Union formed in 1922 after the Russian Civil War. Under leaders like Joseph Stalin, it industrialized rapidly. The USSR built a massive military and became a global superpower after World War II. For decades, it rivaled the United States in the Cold War. It launched the first satellite, Sputnik. It sent the first human into space. But beneath the power, cracks were forming. The Soviet economy was centrally planned. The government controlled everything: factories, farms, prices, wages. This system worked during rapid industrialization, but by the 1970s and 80s, it was failing. Innovation slowed. Consumer goods were scarce. Long breadlines became normal. While the West embraced technology and market growth, the Soviet system struggled with inefficiency and corruption. The economy was no longer competitive. The Cold War wasn't just ideological, it was financial. The Soviet Union spent enormous resources competing with the United States in nuclear weapons, space technology, and global influence. Military spending consumed a massive portion of the national budget. At the same time, oil prices, a key source of Soviet revenue, fell sharply in the 1980s. The economy was bleeding. In 1986, disaster struck. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded in Ukraine. It was one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. The government initially tried to hide it, but radiation spread across Europe. The catastrophe exposed corruption, incompetence, and secrecy at the highest levels. Public trust collapsed, but it shattered belief in the system. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev became leader. He knew change was necessary. He introduced Perestroika, economic restructuring, and Glasnost, political openness. The goal was to reform socialism, not destroy it. But openness allowed criticism. Criticism fueled protest. Protest demanded independence. Instead of saving the system, reforms accelerated its collapse. The Soviet Union wasn't just Russia. It was made up of 15 republics, including Ukraine, Lithuania, Georgia, and Kazakhstan. Once political control weakened, independence movements grew rapidly. The Baltic states led the charge. Mass protests demanded sovereignty. By 1991, several republics had declared independence. The Union was unraveling. In August 1991, hardline communists attempted a coup against Gorbachev. They wanted to restore strict coup failed, largely due to resistance led by Boris Yeltsin. But the damage was irreversible. Republics accelerated their exit. On December 25, 1991, Gorbachev resigned. The Soviet flag was lowered from the Kremlin. The Soviet Union officially dissolved. No world war, just collapse. The Soviet Union didn't fall because of one event. It fell because the economy stagnated. The arms race drained resources. Chernobyl destroyed trust. Reforms weakened control. A superpower collapsed in just a few years. If you enjoy history and geopolitics explained clearly, subscribe and comment below. Was the Soviet collapse inevitable?